Good morning. I'm Will Woods with Magnolia Realty. And today we're going to talk about one of the most important parts of your business. It's your sphere of influence. The sphere of influence, man, it's probably one of the most underrated, most valuable parts of your business. It's the people you know. It's the people you've come in contact with your whole life. It could be the people that you went to school with, maybe the people you used to work with, people you go to church with, people that you work out with. Maybe it's your different hobbies or different groups. It's past workers, it's co-workers, it's your significant others, friends and workers. It's basically everybody that has you have any type of influence on, whether it's from friendships, just casual interactions, acquaintances. Maybe they come to you for advice on real estate or other business matters or other life matters. Somebody you have any type of influence over. It can be the friends, the parents of your children. Their parents, their friends' parents. It can be all of those people, your community at large, where you live. All of those people are in your sphere of influence. It's one of the most important parts of a real estate professional's toolbox, and it's one of the most underutilized. Most real estate agents would rather the business just flow into them rather than reaching out and saying, hey, I'm here. How can I help you? What are your real estate related plans over the next 3 to 6 months? And then start building a relationship of value from there. So why do we think that the sphere of influence is so important, and what does it mean to your success? Without a sphere of influence, you're going to constantly find yourself having to restock your shelves. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you are a real estate professional, your inventory are people that have real estate needs. If you have nobody that you're visiting with, that you're working with, that you're building a relationship with, that has a real estate need, you're out of stock. So imagine a company that's out of stock. They make no money. So one of the first things you've got to do as a real estate professional is get used to the idea that my business is built on client acquisition. And I'm the sole person responsible in my corporation for client acquisition of any type. It can be many, many different ways. We're going to talk about that in just a few more minutes of what that looks like. Now, why is it so important? The value of every person in your business is exponential, because see, if you do a great job for that person, they can refer people to you. And then if you do a great job for those people, they can refer people to you. If you stay in touch with every one of those people, they'll do repeat business with you. So the value of somebody that you start building your real estate business with, it's really unlimited, depending on how you manage those relationships and how you stay in touch with them. Most people at the end of a transaction are excited to do business with the real estate professional. Again, unfortunately, according to the National Association of Realtors, 85% of them don't do business with those people again because that real estate agent lost touch with them, stopped adding value, stopped focusing on them, moved on. It's a term in our industry that we call creating orphans, that they created an orphan. And then that sphere of influence, that person is now fallen out. They no longer are in your sphere of influence. They're not sending you referrals. They're not going to be repeat business. That person does have a value, and it's zero. Okay? So our goal is to build people into our sphere of influence by going out and finding these clients, building relationships with them and serving them in the ways that they need to be served, and then continuing that relationship in perpetuity so that they have extreme value to our business. And guess what? Many of them are going to become your great friends. They're going to become the people that you spend time with because they probably see life through the same lens that you do. You just have to be committed to going and finding them. If you're not committed to doing that, real estate may not be the landing spot for you. It may not be the business for you. And that's something you really should give a lot of time to think about before you really proceed, through this program, or before you decide on what brokerage to become a part of, or before you decide that this isn't my career, my family's going to make some sacrifices. You should have the talk with your wife, your spouse, your significant other, whoever it is, and say, is this really for me? Can I go do this? And it's all about client acquisition. And it starts with your sphere of influence and adding people to your sphere of influence. If you think about why does the sphere of influence matter? Why do so many people talk about it? Because the most successful real estate professionals in our industry, bar none, focus on their sphere of influence. So we want to follow the clues that successful people leave us. And successful people have shared with us, you need a sphere of influence, and a large one, so that when they have real estate needs, they think of you first. The reason they'll think of you first is because you stayed in touch with them. You provided value. You didn't orphan them. They didn't just go away, okay? Super, super important to understand why we want to stay in touch with them. One of the best ways to stay in touch with them is to have a great tool to do that. If you notice, the tool that I'm in front of right now is a tool called Commissions Inc. Magnolia Realty uses this to manage leads. You see all these leads that have come into this data. We have 25,961 total clients or leads in here, and they're all assigned to people as they come in. These are opportunities for you to grow your business. These are people that have raised their hand and are waiting on you to call them to add value to their life and to serve them. This is a great way to start building your business. It's also a great way to stay in touch with each one of these clients. You can put them on what's known in the real estate industry as a drip campaign. It's not what it's called in here, but a drip campaign is basically something that stays in touch with them automatically for you. And then it'll remind you, hey, you might want to call this person this month. Hey, you should reach out to this person this month. Hey, you should send a handwritten note to this person this month. If you can build your business on a system like that, it makes your job all the much more easier. That's why it's so important to have these tools built in. You need a dialer. You need to use a tool like this CRM tool in front of me, okay, so that it will help you manage your business in a very systematic fashion so that you're not trying to recreate the wheel. And really, the best tool in the world is the one that you'll actually use. So we've built ours on Sync. I want you to really spend some time learning about Sync. We're going to talk about that further on in this training program, but it's one of our best tools that are out there for helping you to maintain and grow your sphere of influence. So what are some of the different types of acquisition strategies, client acquisition strategies? Man, there's all kinds. My favorite is on the phone or in person. Having that conversation on the phone or in person is the most powerful because they can't just hang up. They can't just stop texting you. They can't just turn off their computer and get out of the social media, okay? They literally have to be engaged with you then. And as you can build a rapport with somebody, it's very personal. But there's other ways, many other ways. You can do open houses, door knocking. You can have events. You can do lunches. You can take clients out to lunch. You should take your heavy hitters, the people that have sent you a lot of business. You should be meeting with them regularly. You should use your partners to help you grow your business and to find clients. There are so many ways, and we will post a link to client acquisition strategies, of which I think I've got 20 or so that I've just put in my notes over the years, and there's more coming every day. But the best ones, again, are the ones that you'll actually do, the ones that will keep your store in stock, and that's by managing your sphere of influence with a system and doing it in a fashion that you will actually go accomplish it on a daily basis. Because if not, again, like I said earlier, you're out of stock, and we never want you to be out of stock. Now, one of the biggest things too that you're going to have to think about is, as you get into this, is, oh my gosh, how do I manage any objections that I get while I'm on this? Well, that's something we're going to talk about later on, because having the right narrative, not a script, narrative, knowing what to say is one of your most powerful tools. And so we'll definitely be talking about that in the future. So again, your sphere of influence, it's so important. It's the foundation of your business. Without a foundation, no good homes can be built. No good business can be built. So we want to encourage you to go out there and build a strong foundation through your sphere of influence. Again, I'm Will Woods with Magnolia Realty. My email is willwoods@magnoliarealty.com. If you got any questions on this, please send them to me. Have a great day.